Hey, what's up, ghouls and gals? Today's video is actually inspired by one of my favorite creators here, Darren Van Dam. If you guys watch his channel, Flick Connection, he always has great Tubi recommendations. So today, I am doing my take on 10 movies you can watch for free on Tubi right now, but I challenged myself to only find horror movies with one title, like one name in the title. So that was my little personal challenge. So if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give this a thumbs up, subscribe for more, check out all of my links down below if you would like to see any more of me or support the channel any further. I will leave a letterbox list corresponding to this because I have two more Tubi videos. I'm very passionate about Tubi, but I have two more videos corresponding to horror movies you can watch on Tubi for free coming in the near future. I just really like what Tubi has to offer. Sometimes at night we will put Tubi on to go to bed and just kind of wake up in the middle of the night to see what's on. I think it's so fun because it just plays whatever you put on, it'll just play whatever after. And the other night we went to bed with Chopping Mall on and I woke up in the middle of the night to The Mutilator, and you know what? I have no complaints. I love 80s horror. Alright, like I said, these are 10 horror movies on Tubi you can watch for free. This is not sponsored, by the way, at all. I just really want you guys to, this is for the love of horror. I want you guys to be able to watch and be able to access as many horror movies as humanly possible. So let's begin. I am very excited to get into this. At number 10, let's start off with Shrooms. From 2007, a group of friends are stalked and murdered while looking for magic mushrooms in the Irish woods. I think this is a great film to put on if you are having a party or if you're having people over. I feel like just that kind of friend vibe in the woods doing effed up stuff, I feel like that is really like a good movie to just have on for a vibe if you have people over who watch horror movies. At number 9, we have Frozen from 2010, not to be confused with Frozen. 3 skiers stranded on a chairlift are forced to make life or death choices, which prove to be more perilous than staying put and freezing to death. And this comes from director Adam Green, who we know from the Hatchet franchise. So if you haven't seen Frozen, but you liked Hatchet and you want a different kind of tone from Adam Green, definitely check this one out. He also has another fantastic film called Digging Up the Marrow, which I've talked about and I highly recommend. Moving on to a film called Vile at number 8 from 2011. 4 friends are kidnapped by a madman and are locked in a house with 6 other people. Each person has to endure life-threatening torture to fill a device attached to their heads, or they will be trapped inside forever. And I do kind of feel like this falls into almost halfway Hostel, halfway Saw. Like it kind of marries in the middle, if that's not even a good thing. But at number 7, we have Honeydew from 2020. Strange cravings and hallucinations overcome a young couple after seeking shelter in the home of an aging couple and their peculiar son. And if I'm not mistaken, this film has to deal with ergo poisoning or mold poisoning or something. I just feel like, to my knowledge, I don't think I've seen this one, but the poster is just gnarly and it looks pretty decent. At number 6, I will take any opportunity to recommend 1985's Life Force. A race of space vampires arrive in London and infects the population, bringing an apocalyptic descent into chaos. And this one comes from a channel favorite, Toby Hooper. I have no notes. I love this film. I love 80s horror, so had to have a recommendation there. At number 5, this one is not necessarily it's not horror, but I do feel like it has horror elements, and that is Villains from 2019. After a pair of amateur criminals break into a suburban home, they stumble upon a dark secret that 2 sadistic homeowners will do anything to keep from getting out. This one does have some pretty stellar performances from Bill Skarsgård, Micah Monroe, Keira Sedgwick. I just feel like it like teeters on horror. Like it almost wants to be a horror movie, but it just kind of teeters the line. But it's a very, very good. I feel like if you and your partner may like a romantic, I want to say like almost crime comedy thriller with horror aspects, this one is one to check out. And number 4, I would be remiss if I did not mention Hush from 2016. A deaf and mute writer who retreated to the woods to live a solitary life must now fight for her life in silence when a masked killer appears at her window. Mike Flanagan, this is one of his best. Just got a re-release. I believe it has a physical media release now, which I am very much after. And number 3, a film I have talked about, Cooties from 2014. A mysterious virus hits an isolated elementary school, transforming the kids into a feral swarm of mass savages. An unlikely hero must lead a group of teachers in the fight of their life. This has Elijah Wood. This has, I believe, Rainn Wilson. And this is just a silly comedy. I feel like this would be a really good double feature with Little Monsters from 2019, starring Lupita Nyong'o. These last 2 picks are incredibly underrated, one that I have mentioned and talked about and one that I have not. Starting with the one that I have not talked about, Alone from 2020. A recently widowed traveler is kidnapped by a cold-blooded killer only to escape into the wilderness, where she is forced to battle the elements as her pursuer closes in on her. And this one is so frustrating to me because the main character, like, that we follow actually does all the right things. And she, like, in horror movies, you're always like, no, don't run back into the house. Like, this girl, like, does genuinely a lot of the things that you think you would do in a situation like that. I don't know. This is a very underrated flick. This came out during the pandemic, and I feel like it was very much missed. But let's talk about a Tubi original. I feel like you guys can see where I'm going with this one. This is a film that I love, that I have sung the praises of over and over again. That is Low Lifes from 2024. The survival instincts of a road-tripping family are put to the test when they have no other choice to stay the night at a remote homestead. This movie is just so good because it's one of those films that you think you're going to want to turn off within the first, like, 10 minutes, but when you do stick with it, you are very much rewarded at the end. Solid picks, if I do say so myself. I hope that you guys maybe got something new to put on your watch list. If you haven't seen Alone, definitely check it out. Like I said, I will leave a Letterboxd list link down below with all of the films that I have mentioned. Let me know if you've seen, watched, heard of, are planning to watch any of these films. I also want to start giving away some more physical media if you guys are interested in that sort of thing. I have a lot of doubles that I have come across because I have, if you guys watch my physical media hauls, I have a couple that come into my work that just keep pawning their movies off on me. So I've acquired a couple of doubles and I would love to see those go to good homes. So if you are interested in getting some physical media sent to you completely free, just for supporting the channel, like, let me know. But on that note, I will see you guys very soon. I have some very exciting content planned for the month of March. So I will see you in a few days for a new video. Sayonara, spooky fam.